Hello guys, this is the new bot, this is the drill video, this is the review. I'm Tash and this is Botworld Adventure, of course. Here we have the guy and here are his abilities. So he has the basic attack, which by the way you can make his basic attack stun enemies with 40% chance with this AI here. And I think it's the only upgrade for this ability. Then he has the tunnel. Tunnel ability is very cool. It's just like, it's very similar to Ram's, like a pushback, knockback, charge. Very similar to that. I think the knockback is though a bit bigger, and there's also stun to it. And you can shorten the cooldown of tunnel. It's his second ability. It's not the ultimate, so keep that in mind. There are different buffs from AI for tunnel, and yeah, I think there are two, so you can really get that going quite strong. But I think it's good enough just on like as it is, basic version. Very strong still, so you can perhaps boost something else. Now there is eruption, and you will see all of these abilities in action very soon. Yeah, there is nothing similar to this ability though. So he just digs under the ground and sort of like erupts right under the enemy. The bad thing about this is that once he logs in, he just goes to the place of the furthest enemy bot, but if the enemy bot moves, he will miss. But there is AI which can make him, sort of like auto-lock, like navigate towards the target always. So I think it's quite a good AI. I have only AI 2. It's generally hard to showcase these new bots because I don't have these essences. And all of my enemies are at least level 28 if I remember correctly, so it's quite hard. Of course I showed you also the styles. He has only one style besides this black and white. So yeah, I think it's actually quite cool, and I like this special style a lot more than the normal one. Maybe I will get it in the shop and we could sort of see this. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So, all right, I think I might buy that lunar surface skin. It's on sale. I think it's cool. Now, let's test out this guy. But before we do that, I need to get some good bots to him. So maybe he survives. I think that Bulwark and Chainer is cool. I think that we also test out Ram here. In my opinion, Ram is very similar to Drill in a sense, because Drill is really knocking back everything and Ram is the same. So it would be cool to see how they both perform on the battlefield. So yeah, all right. I think we are going to find some wild bots to fight. There's really no point in going to arena because he will just instantly get crushed basically. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so these are rat bandits. They shouldn't have very strong bots. Tethers and Slicer. It's generally a big... how do you say that? It's generally quite a big... yeah. What was the word? It's generally very hard, to showcase these bots at level 20 when you have 28 enemies, because they are just so damn squishy, But as you can see, so far it works, and my bot is attacking, so it's not that bad. You can see definitely his abilities, but for me it's almost impossible now to test better his abilities. I will swap my boosters into the ultimate cooldown ones, so we can see how he performs with that. All right, now we have Drill here. I try to protect him, and as I said, yeah, we are going to test the alt cooldowns as well, so he will have this ultimate of his much more often. But now he's using it, and he did land it. And this is the drill. I think that the drill is just better RAM ability of RAM, right? Because RAM has it much shorter, I feel, and the duration of the stun is also shorter. So, yes, I mean, maybe it's about the same as RAM. Yeah, it might be about the same as RAM actually. So there's that. Okay, now I want to test out the boosters, the ultimate cooldown boosters. And let's see him in action again. I just want to showcase these abilities to you, and we will see what's then. Okay, so I actually had Sub-Zero here instead of for power generation. I see. But now let's get these. I think I will have to get my alt cooldowns now. They are here. All right. That's good. That's good. Okay. Well, Dune bugs. Dune bugs aren't the best choice against that bot. I mean, they are very good choice against that bot. It's not the best choice to fight them with that bot. What I meant. Because yeah, I mean this will be a very tough match, right? So I have definitely much faster cooldown of this dig, and he is untargetable right here. And if I could perhaps freeze this one, so he has a chance to use it again, and well, he didn't really land it. So I only have AI2, you know. This is why it's quite hard to me to make best use of him, because he has very cool abilities. But what I noticed is that he hits quite hard. So on level 20 he deals with a single punch like 600 damage. It seems a lot to me. So 640 RAM on level 27 is double, but it's 7 levels more. So I'm not sure if he will have more of that or not. Yankee has less damage per hit than Drill, 5 levels above him. So it's quite sizable difference. Like Bulwark has barely, like not even comparable. Level 30 Chainer is 900. Of course, Chainer has area attack, so it's not that important. But yeah, generally, I feel like he has a lot of damage. Let me compare it with something else. Maybe let's see Nibbles on level 23. So alright, Nibbles have quite a big attack, but at the same time the DPS is much is like the same, because he has very slow attack, you know. Of course, chasers often have very, very high damage, so that's not a big surprise. Like look at Phantom, for example. So yeah, I mean, we will see how strong he is. So far he seems very strong, because that drill, that eruption ability allows him to be quite safe for a long time. And if you have this booster for the ultimates, it makes him quite safe. And he feels like Ram in a lot of ways. Like he can manage on his own, I feel like. And will he interrupt? Yes, and he also interrupts with all of that. So it's quite insane, actually. I feel like it's a very strong bot. And in general, in the game, there are many strong bots that are chasers. Chasers seems to be generally strong, like Phantom, Ram. They are always they have good enough damage. It all comes down to make them like survive encounters, right? But Drill seems to have good tools at surviving, and I feel like so far he isn't very squishy. compared, like I feel like he's as squishy as my slash at level 27, you know? So that all seems like he's a very strong bot overall. So how I would rate Drill on a scale to like S plus to like F, right? That's hard. I think it's way too early for me to decide because I haven't really tested him in like real situation where he's at my level. But if I had to be guessing, I would definitely give him like a firm A plus tier, or maybe even S if he is really that good as I think he is right now. So he has 8k life, and I feel like my slash doesn't have that much more. And so my slash at level 27 has close to 12k, actually 11, more like 11. So I feel like you upgrade him once and he gets 10%, so he gets 9k, then he gets at 22 like close to 10k, then at 23 he gets like 11, right? 24 is like 12, and 25 is like 13. So at level 25, Drill should have like about 13k HP, which is decent considering he's just Chaser. So he has like at 25 much more health than my Slash, and he also can have, if you want, he can have that reduction of physical damage 40%. It's absolutely huge. So yeah, I think that Drill might be close to S tier bot, but I can't really test him properly, so it's very hard to judge for me. I just see his abilities, and I can see that he's not as squishy as I would think. Like, he's fighting against level 8 28 opponents, right? And he deals decent damage to them and also survives a bit, so that's impressive to me. And now let's get to his AI, like just look at that completely, fully, and I will tell you what I would choose. But from what I've seen, all AI is viable, so just choose what you like. So here, this is a tough choice because Tunnel is a very cool ability, I feel like. So having it more often would be definitely good, but I feel like the movement speed, like at all times 25%, is just so reliable. And yeah, you still have this tunnel, it's just less frequent. So I would say that I would pick that, but it's definitely up to your taste. Now, eruption, cooldown, or extra movement speed after the tunnel. So first of all, if you are going to pick this one, you probably should pick also this one. So if you pick this one, don't pick this one, right? Because you will get that extra movement speed, and to be fair, it's kind of shame I don't know how much movement speed. But if you got this, then got this, right? But if you want to get that rapid resurfacing, then it's sort of like synergizing with this ability. But if you get those and this and that, it's like, it still works, right? But you sort of devalue the amount of power this B AI gives you, because you are going to see it used less frequently without this one. So I think it's quite understandable. Yeah, in general, I think like eruption cooldown is just better because it's your ultimate. You generally want to have it often, right? There's not much, I feel like there's not much explanation needed. And now stun resistance, no choice here. Very cool that he has this ability. It makes him actually immune with just one booster, epic booster for stun resistance, so that's great. Like, chasers really suffer from crowd control abilities. Now we have that 40% chance to stun enemy for 1 second on his basic attack. So his basic attack attacks faster than once per second, which means that you have a very high chance to to even like permanently stun these enemies. Actually, I wonder if it's overlooked or something, because if you are lucky enough, you are just going to permanently stun enemies. It's good that there is no attack speed boosters in the game, because that would actually make enemies like permanently stunned by that. I wonder if boosters, just a thought now, I wonder if boosters, oh, I can't really get to boosters. Yes, so there is bot stun, and I wonder if this ability would work with bot stun. So think of that. If you have like 4 of these, or even maybe 2, that 1 second becomes more than 2 seconds. And during more than 2 seconds, drill is going to attack 3 times. That would mean that if you have 4 bot stuns, drill basically permanently stuns the enemies with his basic attacks. Of course, it's not as perfect, because he will be using this tunnel ability, he will be using his ultimate ability, eruption. So it's not like the drill will be standing and permanently stunning enemies, right? But generally in the scenario, like isolated scenario where he just stands and attacks enemy with like 2 or 3 or 4 epic bot stuns, you have a high chance to actually permanently stun that enemy with just basic attacks. Very interesting to me how it would work out, right? And then we have that massive reduction to physical damage. So both options are just insanely good, you know. Also, you can stack that reduction of physical damage. Again, from boosters you could get 60%. Yes, so you could make him immune to physical damage actually without even dodge. Wonder how good it is, right? Because there is still a lot of bots that are energy damage, and they would completely obliterate him still. But that's very interesting. Like, you could make him immune to physical damage, and just how strong this AI is. Insanely strong here. And then we have this. This is very interesting, and it's definitely up to choice. So like focused rapture is like very high risk, high reward strat. So the risk is that you are very likely to not hit your ultimate, and because you get decreased area of effect, which means that if enemy moves during your ultimate, and drill is going to miss even easier, and like it will be much easier for him to miss. But that damage increase is just quite crazy, 50%, right? So if you do hit the enemy, the reward is just so big. And then second option is like low risk, but also lower reward. So you don't get the 50% damage. You don't get the 50% damage, but you do have like that, you are sure to hit the enemy. And I feel like the choice is really, are you planning to like stun enemies? Because if you stun the enemy, the focused rapture is the choice. But if you don't plan to use like abilities that stun enemy or other bots that stun enemy somehow, then I feel like seismometer is the choice, because it happens like without help. It happens so often that drill misses his ultimates. And yes, that's it, I think, about this bot. I feel like we've talked a lot about him, much longer than I thought I will have to say, you know. Actually, during recording, I just had so many thoughts about this bot. So yeah, I won't be talking much longer. Hope I showcased him properly to you. And let me know, what do you think about this bot? Do you like him? Because I like him a lot. For me, he's like A+ or S tier bot. Very hard to evaluate that right now when he's level 20. But his stats and his abilities allow me to guess his grade, let's say. Thanks guys for watching. Let me know what do you think about this bot again, and see you next time.